Hello, let's start our day. There's so much we can do. Come on, let's start our day so you can learn too. Hello, let's start our day. There's so much we can do. Come on, let's start our day so you can learn too. Well, hello! Welcome to our 4th day of Bee Week. Today, we are learning all about bees. And we're also going to be making a special bee craft. We're gonna write upper and lowercase bees. And our friend Checkers the inventor is going to take us on a virtual field trip to see some bees in action at a farm. So, how are you feeling today? Are you feeling angry? Are you feeling worried? Happy? Excited? Well, I'm feeling pretty good today. Let's sing our song and see how you're feeling. Don't forget to touch your chin when I tell you to, and your elbow when I tell you to. But let's just start. Hello everybody, how are you? Hello everybody, how are you? Hello everybody, how are you? How are you today? Wave hello! Hello everybody, wave hello! Hello everybody, wave hello! Hello everybody, wave hello! Wave hello today! Alright, touch your elbow! Hello everybody, touch your elbow! Hello everybody, touch your elbow! Hello everybody, touch your elbow! Touch your elbow today! How about your chin? Hello everybody, touch your chin! Hello everybody, touch your chin! Hello everybody, touch your chin! Touch your chin today! Alright, let's stand up. Get ready to jump up and down. Hello everybody, jump up and down. Hello everybody, jump up and down. Hello everybody, jump up and down. Jump up and down today. Alright, well, I'm feeling pretty good this morning. I'm going to get my pen out and have my binder opened up to my feelings chart. And I guess today I'm feeling a little silly. I don't know why. So I'm going to fill in this funny, silly face. I don't think I look like that, but I'm feeling a little silly. I hope you're feeling good today. And if you're not, maybe you'll feel a little better later and you can erase your worried or sad or angry feeling and change it to something good. Maybe after we have some fun today. All right, well, I think it's just about time to do our circle time, but are you ready to follow our listening rules? Are you ready, Snoozer?
Absolutely!
Good to hear. Are you ready, Antonio?
Yep!
Of course you are. All right, well, let's start. Circle time. Well, let's get our binders ready if you're going to follow along in your binder and open up to the I Can Count by 10 song. It begins with the word, which is also a letter, I. Are we ready? Let's go. I can count by tens. Ready now, let's go. I can count by tens. Here I go. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. 100, that's a big number. 100. It's a 1 and a 0 and a 0. All right, well, it's time to think about what the 4 seasons are. So, let's remember, we're touching our head, our shoulders, our knees, and our toes. Let's sing our season song. Spring, summer, fall, and winter. 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 There are 4 parts of a year called seasons. Called seasons. Called seasons. There are 4 parts of a year called seasons. Do you know which one that you are in? Wow, okay. Do you remember what season we're in? We haven't switched yet, so we're still in the season of summer. And if we look at our season wheel here, the one that is summer is the one that has a lot of green leaves. Now if you look here, there's some green leaves in the spring, but they're all there in the summer. So we are going to be moving our arrow to the season of summer. All right, well, it's time to do our weather song. So if you haven't gotten a chance to look out your window today to see what the weather is like at your house, you better stop Mrs. Hamilton's show and take a peek and then come right back. It could be warm or hot or cold or windy out, sunny or snowy or cloudy or rainy out. Let's all think of some words we can pick. Let's all look outside to see the weather. Weather today. Let's all look outside to see the weather. Weather out today. It could be warm or hot or cold or windy out, sunny or snowy or cloudy or rainy out. Let's all think of some words we can pick. Okay, well, the weather today was a little windy. Windy. Which word could be windy? Well, here's a W word, but it says warm, and the sun is smiling and waving. Well, here's another W word, windy, and you can see a cloud blowing because you see a whole bunch of lines coming out of his mouth, and that shows windy. So I'm going to pick windy. It was a little cloudy today, so I'm going to pick cloudy. We haven't picked this snowy word yet, have we? Not snowing yet, not where I live in Buffalo, New York. But we've had lots of sunny, warm, hot, cold, some rainy days too. Okay, well, we have one more job standing up to do, and that's our vowels. We can't forget about our vowels. So let's remember. The vowels are A, E, I, O, U, and sometimes Y. So, we pointed to the letter U yesterday, didn't we? It looks like a smile. Can you point to it? It's right here. And what about the letter E? It's a tricky little letter. And it's right here. And E makes a sound that goes ah, 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 like elephant. And U makes an sound like umbrella and underwear, and let me think of another one, uncle. All right, well, I think we're ready to sit down and look at our letters of the alphabet. Here we go. A, apple. B, bee. That's what we're talking about today. C, car. D, doll. E, elf. F, fire. G, goose. H, house. I, ink. J, jet. K, kite. L, lion. M, mouse. N, nut. O, ostrich. P, penguin. Q, queen. R, rose. S, sun. T, turtle. U, umpire. V, vase. W, watch. X, x-ray. Y, yo-yo. And Z, zipper. Good job. All right. Well, we can take a quick peek-see at our ant farm. Not much happening today. If I were to open up the top and put some food in, they would become very excited and all come to the surface. But I think they're all busy today in their tunnels. All right, well, before we start reading any stories about bees, I thought my friend Zat could maybe give us some interesting facts about bees. Take it away, Zat.
Zat the robot at your service.
Did you know? Bees have 5 eyes and 6 legs. A single bee will gather just 1/12 of a teaspoon of honey in its lifetime. Many bees would have to travel 55,000 miles to produce just 1 pound of honey. To get that 1 pound of honey, those bees need to gather nectar from 2 million flowers. The library has tons of books about bees. Visit the library to learn more.
Goodbye.
Well, wow, I learned a lot of things. Those bees sure are busy. Well, the story I'm going to read to you today, the first one is called Busy Buzzy Bees, because they really are busy and buzzy. Let's see if we can find out any more facts about bees. When an office or a store or perhaps your classroom is very, very busy, people say it is a beehive of activity. So you can imagine how busy it is inside a beehive, especially in the summer. A hive is like a city of honeybees. Kind of like our ant farm, they're very busy in there too. Each hive has one queen bee. Oh, she looks a little bigger than all the others. Several hundred drones and as many as 50,000 worker bees. The queen lives 3 or 4 years. She mates just once with the drones or male bees. After that, all she does is lay eggs, sometimes more than 1,000 a day. And these are the little cells that they make honey in and do other things in. Have you ever had honeycomb, the cereal? They're shaped just like that and they're sweet. She doesn't even have to look for food. The workers feed her. Most worker bees live only about 6 weeks, but they certainly keep busy. For 2 or 3 weeks, they work inside the hive. Worker bees have different jobs. Keeping the hive clean and guarding it, or feeding the queen and the newly hatched larvae. Finally, they leave the hive and fly out into the fields to look for flowers. Bees are attracted to blue, purple, or yellow flowers that smell sweet. Not red ones so much, because bees can't recognize the color red. The workers suck nectar, a sugary liquid, from the flowers. So they sip up the sweet juice from inside the flowers. While a bee is gathering nectar, a powder called pollen sticks to her legs and body. Do you see that? That's on the flower. It's like a powder, and it's all stuck to the bee. Some of it comes off when the bee visits the next flower. By carrying pollen from one flower to another, bees help the flowers produce seeds. New plants or flowers grow from the seeds. So the bees help the flowers and the flowers help the bees. The worker bees bring the nectar back to the food store bees at the hive. Those bees deposit it in the cells of the honeycomb where it turns into honey. So they make honey from that nectar. When a bee returns to the hive, she sometimes seems to start dancing. The dance is really the bee's way of telling other bees that she has found a good place for gathering nectar or pollen, and where that nectar or pollen is. People known as beekeepers set up boxes for the bees to use as hives. The beekeepers collect honey and wax from the hives. Honeybees aren't the only kinds of bees. There are other bees that don't live in hives, and bees that don't sting. But honeybees have two special gifts for us. We can thank them for giving us honey and for helping the flowers grow. And as for bee stings, no thanks. And these are words you know. So it shows the queen, the drone, the worker, the beehive, nectar, pollen, larvae, wax, honey. And there's a child enjoying some honey too. All right. Well, I have a couple songs that I wanted to teach you. The first one is pretty easy, and I just thought of it when I saw the beehive. It's called Here is the Beehive, Where Are the Bees? So you kind of take your hand and you put it like this, so your hand looks like a beehive. And the poem goes like this. Here is the beehive. Where are the bees? Hidden away where nobody sees. Watch and you'll see them come out of the hive. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bzzz. Let's try that one again. So make your beehive. Here is the beehive. Where are the bees? Hidden away where nobody sees. Watch and you'll see them come out of the hive. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, and then there's one of my very favorites called I'm Bringing Home My Baby Bumblebee. So to sing this song, you need to catch a bee, not a real one, just a pretend one. So catch it. And you probably know this song. It goes like this. I'm bringing home my baby bumblebee. Won't my mommy be so proud of me? Oh, I'm bringing home my baby bumblebee. Ow! It stung me. I'm squishing up my baby bumblebee. Won't my mommy be so proud of me? Oh, I'm squishing up my baby bumblebee. Ugh, what a mess. I'm wiping up my baby bumblebee. Won't my mommy be so proud of me? Oh, I'm wiping up my baby bumblebee. Now show your nice clean hands. Now my mommy will be proud of me. Well, that's a fun song to sing. Okay, well, why don't we practice writing some bees? Because we might be pretty good at it by now. We did uppercase on Tuesday and lowercase yesterday, and on Monday we practiced writing both. So I thought we could take this sheet out again. Remember this one? And we used it for both the upper and the lowercase letter B. So we'll just practice one more time. So I'm gonna slip this in the front of my binder. Okay. So let's think of our letter B song. letter B, B. I can make a great big B go down, hop up, and a bump and a bump. That was easy. Let's jump, jump, jump. So let's practice a couple more of those. Go down, zoop, hop up, whoop, and a bump. And just like the number 3, we stay in the same spot. And a bump. That was easy. Let's jump, jump, jump. And if you don't want to use these lines, you could get the other paper that doesn't have the lines. But I thought this might be a little easier today. Those B's are tricky. So go down, hop up, add a bump, and a bump. That was easy. Let's jump, jump, jump. So how you doing making your B's? I don't know if I have my tissue. I think I threw it out right before we started. Whoa, almost fell over. And remember, if you're having trouble writing that small, if you've never written before, you can, and I haven't said this in a while, but if you have an iPad or another device, and you get the Doodle Buddy app, Doodle Buddy, D-O-O-D-L-E, Doodle Buddy, B-U-D-D-Y. I don't even think it costs any money. You can practice writing your letters with your finger. So I'm just waiting for it to load. Whoop, there's that A from last week. Clear. All right, so you pick a color. I think I'll pick red because bees don't like red or they can't see it. And then you can change the thickness of your line. So I think I'm gonna make it a little thicker. And if you're having trouble holding that pencil or a marker with 3 fingers down on the bottom, you can use your finger. Go down, hop up, add a bump and a bump. That was easy. Let's jump, jump, jump. So you can do it that way. And then you gotta hit the little garbage can to clear it. It says, do you wanna erase everything? Yes. You could even turn it this way if you need to write even bigger. Go down, hop up, add a bump and a bump. And that could be another way you could practice. So you could do it with your marker now and practice later. And then as a reward, when you're finished, you can draw whatever you'd like. All right, now we're gonna practice the lowercase b's. So with the lowercase b's, are you holding your marker down at the bottom? Are you picking it up with the point right toward you and picking it up with your 2 pinching fingers? Pick it up, slide it back, make that other finger join in, and here we go. Start up, go down, up halfway to that little red line, and around. So remember, we have our different colored lines. Our blue line for the sky, our red line for the gate or the fence, and our green line down at the bottom. So you start up at the sky. Whoop. Go down. Whoop. Come up way halfway. So up to the red line and then whoop, around. That was easy. Let's touch the ground. All right, one more time. Start up, go down, up, halfway and around. That was easy. Let's touch the ground. All right, well that was fun. Now, remember it's Thursday, so now we can draw anything we want. I'm gonna use the back cover. I'm gonna draw something, and you can draw whatever you'd like too. Let me think. I'm gonna try and draw something that begins with the letter B. All right, I think I got something. And you draw something too. I hope mine's okay. Did you draw something? I drew something, but I don't know if you know what it's gonna be. So I had to write the word. It's something we're gonna talk about tomorrow. It begins with a B. B. It's a bus. B-U-S, bus. And the one that we're gonna make tomorrow is yellow. So it looks more like a school bus. So we're gonna erase our boards, make it clean as a whistle. So it's all ready for our next day. And be a clicker. Make your click, click. And then make sure you put it away so then tomorrow you will know just where it is. All right, well, I'm gonna reading you another story. Maybe we'll sing our songs first. But I wanted to show you my friend Bear. How are you doing, Bear?
I'm good.
Can you open your mouth and show us? Are you a nice bear? Oh, good. He's a nice bear. Let's see. Can you open your mouth so the boys and girls can see? Can you open it a little wider? There it is. There's our uppercase B and our lowercase b and the word B-E-A-R. Bear. Bear. Now bears like honey a lot. Do you like honey? Oh yes. So I'm glad you came to join us today, Mr. Bear. Mm-hmm. Do you have anything you want to ask? Oh. Well, Mr. Bear, if you want to ask me something, you have to talk in a loud voice so all the boys and girls can hear you. When you need something, you need to talk in a strong, powerful voice. What do you want to ask me? A little louder.
Do you have any honey?
Well, I do have some honey, Bear. So nice of you to ask. So after Mrs. Hamilton's show today, I will get some honey. Do you think you'd like some honey? And I like how you talked in a nice, loud voice, because you can't get things unless you ask for them, right? Right. All right. Well, let's sing some fun songs and get our bodies moving and a-grooving, and I'll meet you back here and read you another story. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, blast off, another rocket ship run. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, blast off, another rocket ship run. Take me to the sun. Take me to the sun. When I get there, I'll go spinning through the air, spinning round the sun. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, blast off, another rocket ship run. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, blast off, another rocket ship run. Take me to the moon. Take me to the moon. When I get there, I'll go dancing through the air, dancing on the moon. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, blast off, another rocket ship run. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, blast off, another rocket ship run. Take me to the stars. Take me to the stars. When I get there, I'll go jumping through the air, jumping from star to star. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, blast off, another rocket ship run. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, blast off, another rocket ship run. Take me to the earth. Leave me on the ground. When I 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Blast off, another rocket ship run. Annie Alligator says, ah, ah, ah. Bobby Butterfly says, buh, buh. Carol Cat says, k, k. Danny Dog says, d, d. Evie Elephant says, ah, ah. Frankie Fox says, Gavin Gorilla says, g, g. Harry Horse says, h, h. Izzy Interim says, eh, eh. Joey Jellyfish says, j, j. Katie Koala says, k, k. Lenny Llama says, ooh, ooh. Mary Meerkat says, Nancy Narwhal says, Ollie Octopus says, ah, ah. Peppy Penguin says, p, p. Queenie Quetzal says, qu, qu. Rachel Raccoon says, Sandy Snake says, Tony Tiger says, t, t. Undie Umbrella Bird says, ah, ah. Vinny Vampire Bat says, v, v. Willie Walrus says, wah, wah. Exy X-Ray Fish says, ks, ks. Yakety Yak says, yuh, yuh. Zippy Zebra says, zzz. Letter B, 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 B. I can make a great big B go down, hop up at a bump and a bump. That was easy, let's jump, jump, jump. Letter B, 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 B. I can make a little B start up, go down, up, halfway and around. That was easy, let's touch the ground. Okay, well, I had a lot of fun moving. All right, well, the second story I want to read to you today is called The Very Greedy Bee. Do you know what the word greedy is? Yeah, someone that's greedy doesn't really like to share, do they? They want everything for themselves. Well, that's not really a very good way to be. Now, let's see who the author is. Steve Smallman. That's the person that wrote the words. The author writes the words. It's illustrated by Jack Tickle. All right, let's see. Ooh, there are the honeycomb, and look at all those bees. They look like they have all different emotions, too. Like this one looks a little sleepy. Some of them look like they're worried. Some of them look happy. Oh, and look at this one. This one has a crown on. I wonder if that's the queen bee. The Very Greedy Bee. In a busy, buzzy beehive lived a very greedy bee. All the other bees were tired making honey and cleaning the hive, but the greedy bee spent all day gobbling pollen and guzzling nectar. Slurp, slurp, burp. Slurp, slurp, burp. Do you remember what the bees do? They're supposed to bring it back to the hive to make the honey, but he's drinking it all up. The greedy bee wouldn't share his nectar with anyone. He wouldn't even let a tired ladybug sit on his flower. Find your own flower, he shouted. This one is mine! Mine! Do you ever say that when something is yours? Uh-oh, I don't think that made Mr. Ladybug very happy, or Mrs. Ladybug. And when one day the greedy bee found a meadow full of the biggest, juiciest flowers he had ever seen, he decided not to tell anyone Yummy, he buzzed. Lots and lots of flowers, and they're all for me. Wow. The greedy bee whizzed and bizzed from flower to flower, slurping and burping and growing fatter and fatter and fatter and fatter. At last his tummy was full and he settled down on a big pink flower in the warm yellow sunshine and fell fast asleep. That means you're sleeping. When the greedy bee woke up, it was dark. He tried to fly, but his tummy was so roly and poly that biff, bang, thump, he went down instead of up and crashed, biff, bang, thump, to the ground. Uh-oh, he needs help. I hope someone can help him. Too bad he wasn't nicer. I'm scared, cried the greedy bee, and I don't know how to get home. Then he saw two glowing eyes in the long grass. Eek! He cried. A monster is coming to eat me! But it wasn't a monster. It was two friendly fireflies, their bottoms glowing in the dark. What's wrong? They asked. I'm too full to fly, wailed the greedy bee, and I can't walk home in the dark. Follow us, said the fireflies, and they all set off on the long, long journey home. That was very nice of them to be helpful, especially to someone they don't even know. Through the forests of flowers and the squishy mud, over the hills and under the stars, trudged the greedy bee. He had never walked so far and was very tired. Nearly there, called the fireflies. Then they heard the whoosh of rushing water. I'm almost home! Cried the greedy bee excitedly. It's the stream! And it was, but his hive was on the other side of it. Oh no, said the greedy bee, sadly flopping down on the grass. How will I ever get across? We'll help you, said the tiny ant with the big leaf. Someone else coming to help. An ant. And there's the hive across the river. The ant and his friends flipped the big leaf into the water. Jump on, they cried. Helped by the fireflies, the greedy bee and the ants made their way, splishing and splashing, to the other side of the stream. That's very nice. Hooray, I'm home, cheered the greedy bee. Where have you been? Asked the other bees. I overslurped, said the greedy bee. I would never have made it home if my new friends hadn't been so kind. Now I'm going to share my best honey with them. Would you like some too? Yes, said the other bees. Let's have a party. Everyone enjoyed a midnight feast of yummy, runny honey, all except for one sleepy, very happy, but not so greedy bee. So he learned a lesson, and I don't think he's going to be greedy anymore. So that's a nice story. It's a nice story that teaches us that we should help others even if they're not being nice to us, because it might show them how to be nicer. And also it teaches us that maybe we shouldn't only say things for ourselves, but we should share with others and make new friends. All right, well, I like that story. So today we are going to be making a bee. He's going to look like this bee craft. And isn't he cute? He is a little bee, and he has a head, 2 wings, and a stripe, and then another stripe at the back of him. So we are gonna need all our materials and we are gonna be cutting out again today. So I always put my pieces back in the same little container so I have them for the next day. And today there are some itty bitty pieces, itty bitty eyes. So you should have 2 wings, a head, 1 stripe and another stripe, and a big oval shape to cut out, 2 little eyes, and 2 little antennae. It's a lot of pieces. And then the word B-E-E-B. So we are going to be needing some glue, and we are going to be needing our scissors, and we should probably take out a pencil because I want to make sure that we're writing our name every day. And when I teach in my classroom, when we're going to cut out a big circle like this, I always have the boys and girls write their name in the middle of the circle. And if you don't know how to spell your name, which many kids your age don't know, Mrs. Hamilton always writes it first. So you could have an adult person write your name. I will write my name just to show you. So if someone writes your name for you and then makes a line underneath, then you can look at the letters and that helps you learn to spell all the letters in your name. So now I'm going to write Mrs. Hamilton on the line. And that's what you're going to do a lot once you go to school. There'll be a line at the top of the paper and you'll have to write your name. So try and write it as best you can. Make sure you're holding your pencil the right way. Mrs. H A M M I L L T on O-N. Mrs. Hamilton. And if you're not finished writing your name, well, you can stop the video and come right back. So now we're gonna need to grab our scissors. So remember from yesterday, you put your thumb in the little hole. You put your other fingers in the bigger hole. You keep your thumb up. You shouldn't be holding your scissors like this. Your thumb should always be up. Get those teeth ready to open and close a crocodile's mouth. And you have to hold what you're cutting with one hand, and we're gonna be cutting with the other. So close and open, close and open, and push forward. So you just gotta be patient. Take little snips and never rush. Now I'm here. I'm not gonna really turn my scissors. I'm gonna turn my hand and turn the paper. It's tricky. And if you have an adult person helping you and you're really having trouble cutting, they can help guide your hand and open and close those scissors. And if they keep helping you, gosh, in just a couple weeks, you'll be a pro at cutting out. So I'm turning the paper, not the scissors. How'd you do? Did you get a circle? Or an oval, I should say? So that, if we look at this one, is going to be the bee's body. I'm gonna get my binder out and put it on there. All right, so now he's gonna need his head. Now, his head is also an oval. It's a bigger size than this one. And we're not putting it on this way. We're trying to put it on this way. So I'm gonna get my glue out, take the top off. Ooh, 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 ooh. And I am going to put glue right here. And then we're gonna put that piece on. Doesn't look like a bee yet, does it? It's missing some things. So now let's try this stripe. Now this is kind of like a puzzle. You should figure out where you're going to put the stripe first and make sure you have it going the right way. I don't know if we did it that way, it would still fit, but I'm having it go this way. So, figure out where you want it to go, and then slide over and you can make a line of glue, and then stick it on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Once I caught a fish alive. I didn't do it for my head, so I'm gonna do it over again. Let's see. Looks good. And now we need to add the back piece. So I'll figure out where I want it, and then just put some glue on the bottom or the back. Now, Mrs. Hamilton didn't include a stinger on here because we don't want to think about the stinger that a bee has. It's usually a little pointy piece that sticks out there. Bees don't usually bother you unless you bother them. But sometimes, once in a while, we might be walking and we don't have shoes on. And we might step on right where a bee was sitting, maybe on a flower. And he gets scared, so he or she might sting you, and oh, that hurts a little bit. But then the pain goes away pretty quick. Most bees don't want to hurt you though. So then come the antenna. So I'm gonna make a couple dots up at the top. Put my antenna where they want, so I'm putting the bottom in the glue. Now I'm really gonna hold this and count to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Once I caught a bee alive. And then I need to find 2 eyes. I had to when I started. Oh, here it is, stuck to my glue stick. Okay, so I'm gonna make 2 little dots where I want the eyes to go. Stick them on there. And then he needs a mouth. So you can get a black crayon. I always use a black crayon, usually when I make a mouth. And make a smile, like the letter U. Now he's just missing something that helps him fly. His wings. So always look at the example. They go up near the top. So I'm just gonna make some glue go about here. Boy, I always end up with 1 extra. I'm gonna press those pieces down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. How does he look? Pretty good? He looks cute enough. And then I have a word here that says B-E-E. Bee. And then I have a bee and then a line. So we're gonna glue that on wherever you'd like. I put it down there. I think I'm gonna put it up here on the wings. Gotta hold it down. And then all we have left to do is to write a lowercase b on that line. So we are going to start up, go down, back up a halfway and around. B, B, B. Pretty nice. How did you do? I'm sure it looks beautiful. All right. Well, as I said at the beginning of our class that we were going to watch Checkers the Inventor take us on a virtual field trip to learn about bees.
Virtual field trip, Checkers the Inventor.
Today we're meeting a really special guest. We've been talking about bees this show, and we are meeting with someone named Aaron the Beekeeper. So Aaron's going to be a great guest that we are getting to know, and we might learn a lot more about bees and honey, and that's going to be great. So we're going to hop in the Checkers van and go for a little road trip. We'll see you in a jiff. Erin is somebody who takes care of bees, helps them grow up, start their own colonies, and make honey. And it is really important because bees are an endangered species. That means they are in serious risk of going extinct. So in a certain amount of time, there might not be any bees left on the planet, which would be absolutely terrible. And that's why it's really important to learn more about bees and how important they are. Let's get to know Erin, the beekeeper. How are you doing, Erin?
I'm great.
Well, it's so great to have you here. We're so excited to get to know you. Now, you are a beekeeper, and you also own this whole garden center. This is fantastic. So how long have you been involved in beekeeping?
I'd say probably about 10 years at this point.
10 years, and so you've been doing it for a long time. What got you interested in working with bees?
Actually, a beehive moved into my backyard when I lived out in California. They moved into a birdhouse, and I fell in love with them and decided to move them into a bigger, proper hive. And from there, I became a beekeeper and tried to start teaching other people to become beekeepers too.
That's fantastic. Now, so you've been working with bees for a while. What's your favorite thing about working with bees?
Actually, I love the sound that they make. The sound of that buzzing, once you get used to it, is really calming. And it helps you just to focus on what you're doing and kind of put all the other things you're thinking about aside. So I find it very calming.
Calming? Oh, I like that answer. So is there something a lot of kids or people don't understand about bees? Something really interesting?
I think the biggest thing is that honeybees are not aggressive and they generally don't sting you. For the most part, if you've been stung by something, it was not a honeybee. It was probably a yellow jacket or some sort of a wasp, which are important too.
Do all bees have stingers?
No. So there are a lot of types of bees, but even amongst honeybees, only the girls have stingers. The boy bees do not.
Oh, so only the girls have stingers. Wow, that's really cool. So that means mainly it's going to be girls that are inside of the honeycomb making honey.
That's correct. So doing all of the work inside the hive, all girls. And if you see a bee out on a flower collecting nectar or pollen, that's a girl bee too. You can be sure that's a girl bee.
Oh, that's fantastic. All right, well, very interesting. Yeah, I'm sure a lot of people didn't know that. What is one thing that kids could do if they want to help out the bee population?
The first thing is to just plant flowers. Plant lots of flowers. Even if you have a tiny little patio, plant a pot of flowers. That's the best thing that you can do because flowers are just bee food, so you're feeding the bees. The second best thing you can do is buy honey from a local beekeeper. If you've never tried real honey from a beekeeper, you should do that because it tastes so much better than what you would buy at the grocery store. So when you do that, you're supporting your local beekeeper and then she can take better care of her bees.
Oh, thank you. That's great. So planting flowers. Now, the bees are using that flower, to make the honey.
They are. So bees collect two main things from flowers. First is nectar, which is the liquid part of the flower. That's what turns into honey in the hive. The other thing they collect is pollen. So if you ever watch a bee on a flower, look and see what she's doing. If you see her putting her nose down into a flower, she's probably collecting nectar, kind of sucking it up like a butterfly does. If she's using her legs to grab little grains of yellow or white stuff and packing it into pouches on the back of her legs, she's collecting pollen. And pollen is their protein source, so a bee will collect both. And that's my best tip if you're afraid of bees. Next time you see a bee on a flower, just watch for a minute and see if you can figure out if she's collecting nectar with her tongue or pollen with her feet. By the time you figure that out, chances are good that you've decided that bee is not so scary.
Oh, that's great. So we don't have to be afraid of bees. They're doing a lot of good stuff for us, and if you watch carefully, they're helping out our environment. They're collecting pollen and nectar, and they're making us honey. So that's really interesting. All right, well, Erin, we do have some fast questions for you now. Are you ready?
Ready.
All right, 7 quick questions. First question, what's your favorite animal?
Dogs.
All right. Favorite place to go out and read?
Under a shade tree in my backyard.
All right. What is your favorite movie?
Oh, Goonies.
Oh, the Goonies. All right. What do you like better, swimming or biking?
Biking.
All right. Donuts or ice cream?
Donuts.
Hamburgers or hot dogs?
Hamburgers.
All right. Now, last question. What is one interesting or unique thing about you that we don't know?
Ooh, I have 3 dogs, 3 goats, and 3 alpacas, and 22 chickens at my
Oh my gosh, you guys have a lot of pets.
Goodbye for now.
Wow, Checkers, wow, that was great. I really learned a lot. Well, boys and girls, I've had a great day with you today. Tomorrow we're going to celebrate our last day of Bee Week, and we're going to talk about buses. We're going to sing the Wheels on the Bus song and make a bus craft and read some stories and have a lot of fun. So, I hope you have a wonderful day. Always remember, be kind, and I'll see you all tomorrow.